Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for August 31st through September 6th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see. Ooh, you're coming out strong today. You want to talk too. Oh, not so much though. Okay. You did the talking. Alrighty. The overall energy for the reading, the Death card. Yeah, you're bringing the house down. You're like, I'm done, and I will let it known that I'm done. Yeah, you're done with something quite dramatic too, a little bit, like I'm crashing this party. Okay. In the recent past, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the World card. You definitely had something on your mind there that needed to come out, according to you back there, at least. Kind of like, I got one thing to say and that's it. One thing to say about this whole thing and that's it. I will never speak again on this matter, but I have to say this. And it almost feels like whatever that was that you... No, you didn't try. I think you did. You did. Let it out. Whatever that was that you... took off your chest there, closed off a cycle, sealed something, for you at least. In the current situation, the Justice card, the Ten of Swords, the Tower. See, because there's a little bit of a redundant energy here. While you bring the house down here, because that's basically what's going on, you're ending something in a potential brutal way. You're saying, but I wanted... like I want to do it right. I want to do it, kind of taking everything else into consideration too. I don't just want to kind of stomp in this and that's that, and I don't give a shit about anything else. No, I want to be, empathetic. I want to, until it comes down to it, where there's no trace of empathy. There's there's just, I'm done, So, kind of a brutal way to do it, while there is a part of you that really doesn't want to really go there, but it does go there. In the immediate future, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. There's something that feels quite inspiring. There's something that feels good for you. And it feels like I really, really want to do this for myself. And it feels like it would be the most amazing thing in the world that I could do for me. But I see you're not doing it. So while you acknowledge this could be one of the best things I ever did for me, I'm not sure if you're going there. Let's clarify. Let's see what's up with this madness here. Oh my God, Aries is done here. Okay, for the Death card, you get the High Priestess, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Commitment. But see, up until this point, I feel like you've been pushed to the extreme here. Because up until this point, you were showing up quite considerate of everything and everyone involved, and like really keeping that sense of, you know what, I just don't want to disturb these waters too much. I just want whatever it is that I want to kind of go smoothly. But I feel like you're past that point. I feel like you're at the point of no return here. I think the smoothly point is way behind you there. But up until you've been pushed to the limit here. Whether you pushed yourself or a situation, I don't know. I would say half and half. Maybe a situation did push you there. The other half was your responsibility, but you probably just like, fuck it. But up until this point, all smooth. I mean, a lot more smoother than this. For the Eight of Wands, you get the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you just couldn't take it anymore. You just couldn't take it anymore. Whatever it is that you wanted to let out came out because it's gotten you to the point of, I can't hold it in anymore. There's no more space within me to hold this in. So it needs to come out. But if you've reached that point in which you really believe that there's nowhere in you that could contain this energy, then yeah, the way it's going to come out is probably going to be not necessarily pleasant. It's probably going to be like a fucking volcano erupting. And I don't even think that was... I think you think that was probably the worst out of your burst of reaction or letting something out. The worst for that time, yes. There's a little bit of a rougher energy coming in. Rougher than that. I may do the Queen of Swords in the recent past, the 7 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords. But see, because that's what I thought too, because you're giving me the impression of you've reached the point of no return, which means fear is not holding you back anymore. No fear of nothing. Like you're at that place in which, fuck it, what do I have to lose? Now, while you say that as you're coming through with these energies of exploding something out there, I don't believe it. It shows up as a deceptive energy. So it still feels like you're not there. You think you're there. You're very close to that point of, fuck it, what do I gotta lose? But you're not there. And what stands to be lost here is something that has to do with your stability. You know? And not lost, I would say changed completely from that point on in which you decide to let it all out. I don't know if it's going to be lost. Anything that has to do with your stability, but changed completely. For the World card, you get the 4 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. You're so funny too. You're like, I try to be nice. I really did. I try to play nice. I try to just, like, hey, what's going on? What's up? Are we good? We're good. Okay. But there's definitely a no more Mr. Nice Guy here type of an energy, because you tried and you feel that didn't work out for you. So this is kind of like an explosion of whatever energy you're holding inside for who knows how long about a situation is just all coming out, And if it's led by fear, frustration, and again, an inability to kind of hold it in anymore, yeah, it's going to come out pretty potentially nasty. Like an outburst of... Let's do the Justice card in the current situation. You get the Judgment card, the 10 of Swords, the Magician. You're still manifesting smooth way to kind of be done with this though. So while that's happening in the outside, the whole type of an energy coming out, that definitely puts an end to something. In the background, there's still a sense of you trying to manifest a smoother way to deal with things. So that's ultimately your intention, for it to be smooth. I think that train was missed a while ago, though, based on what I'm seeing there in the past, but it can still be potentially rectified. We'll see. For the 10 of Swords in the current situation, you get the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Oh, and you're also so impatient too, because you just want to be done with this. Like, I'm done. I've been done. Can we just wrap up? I can move on. I can, next. I'm done. I'm ready for something new. Let's go. Let's go new. Let's go. Okay, well, that doesn't help. Because you're not done. You're done, but you're not done. This is not wrapped up. This is not even close to being wrapped up. So that whole lack of patience might not be your best friend right now. It might actually contribute to things piling up and, that whole lava trying to Let's do the Tower in the current situation. You get the Queen of Cups, the Temperance card, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Because this comes through as almost, Bloopty! Cut it out, Bubba! I know you're an Aries, but you're not allowed to talk this much in an Aries reading. It's like, I want to... That. Actually, no, don't cut it out. You're good. You're in line with what's going on. Yeah, exactly. This comes through as you're remembering love here. So it's not... Because it feels like it hits you, you know, out of nowhere. It just lands. And then you're like, oh my fucking God. I feel love, you know. Or I felt that at some point. So there's almost and I don't know for, you know, how long this energy is going to last. I just see it hitting you. Definitely from a blind spot there. And it's coming out of nowhere. And you realize that there was / is love in the situation. And it's interesting how it's coming through, because it's like you would think with all these energies running around that would be the last thing that shows up. And it's actually, it hits you like a freaking train. Interesting. Let me see the Nine of Wands. In the immediate future, you get the Star, the Chariot, the Justice card. You are at the point of no return, in the sense of there's almost no talking to you. There's almost no reaching you anymore. Like you made up your mind about this. Absolutely nothing and no one will stop you from completely being done with this. The thing is, the more you grow in these energies of frustration and anger about this process, the more you're going to grow in the illusion that you have control over this process. So that's going to be potentially very damaging for you. Because you don't. You don't know when it's going to end, how it's going to end. You potentially know the if, but it's not up to you because you're not the only one playing this game. There's another player in this game. At least one other. So there, you know... It's not just your moves here. Like you took over completely the game and you're like, okay, it's my move. Now it's my move still. Now it's still my move. You don't get any more moves. I make all the moves. You know, not as long as this is a two player game. When it's your game, yeah, you can make all the moves you want. You can do whatever you want in there. You make up the rules. But this is not a solo game. So it gives you the false illusion that you have control and you have a say when this is over. Again, you have a say when this is over for you. As a process in itself, that doesn't mean it's over, you know. You can remove yourself completely. You can go at the other end of the world away from this. Still not over. But I'm done with it. Okay, yeah, think that. Because you keep on plussing in this energy of no more Mr. Knight. I'm done here. I make the rules. Okay, you got very close to thinking you have control over this, and then you fell completely into that trap of the illusion that you have control over this. For the Knight of Wands, you get Two of Pentacles, the Death card, the King of Swords. Yeah, I lost you there, because you're like, no, if I say I'm done, goddammit. I look at your energy and I'm like, okay, but you're not. You're not. Things are still unclear, you know, energetically speaking. Mentally, yeah, you can just look at you here. I'm done. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're done. Energetically, nowhere near done. You're up in the air. You don't know shit about shit. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. So, yeah, you can say that you're done all you want. For the Queen of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Six of Wands, the Empress, the Page of Swords. Oh, that? Yeah, you can do that. You can start doing that because the energy already shifted completely when you went in this direction. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'll just start to love on myself and do things for myself and do something for me. do that, please. Because this is not taking you in a good place here. You know, frustration, anger, lack of patience, thinking you have control over this. Yeah, no good. No good. We don't play with those energies. You do a little bit here, but then you switch gears completely. You're like, you know what? Yeah, I don't like that game. I'll go play another one. I'll go play another game here. Okay, but better game here. And you get to you know, make the rules. Which is not going to be easy. You would think, oh, loving myself? Fuck yeah, the easiest game ever. Yeah, you would think. If that's the intention, go for it, but don't expect it to be easy, because that's usually one of the hardest things to do. But I'm loving the fact that you switch gears here, because it's probably because you think you're done here, but you're not. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. See, there's something here. As much as you're showing up, you know, fast and furious here, just trying to close this off and trying to just get rid of all of this and move on to next, whatever that is. In your intention, in your energy, there seems to be a consideration of the other energy, if not even an openness to bring them with for your next chapter, whatever that is. You know, not in the same way, obviously, because this isn't working out in the way you're showing up here. But who knows in what way? Maybe you're gonna stay open to them and friendly, and, you know, who the hell knows? But that's your intention, to bring them with. As much as you're showing up in the physical scene. Now, done here. I'm not bringing anybody but myself. I don't want to talk to anybody. This is done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're done. Yeah, you're not. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.